thôi chứ.
Làm gì? Nó nằm nó đổ ăn. Tôi ra mất gì ai?
Ăn me luôn rồi. Được, ăn gì? Đá được. Xe ra để nó nhanh. Đạt đi qua nước ngoài rồi. Lót đi thì lót chiều còn kiểm tra lại cái này luôn.
Có gì chuối chắc lá.
啊，你来先配我后头拿去炒迄个料，就要做烘的啊。
来你啊！啊，咱们加钱。
烘的啊，头尾煮汤啊。啊，啊，汤带迄边，你边煮好，伊上伊主要要等交菜啦，伊就是要咸物加少，要等交菜哩。啊，你别做啦！
稍微烤一下。
蚵仔爆了无啊？来上海蚵仔爆了无？啊，迄落几只？咱咱才几只？
咱要吃啥哩啊
？30尔。
较粗啊。
Mix machine itu.
Tuntun
pan mahal itu.
At least once every barbecue season, you owe it to yourself to beat the restaurant prices and serve lobster to your family and friends in your own backyard lobster shack. Here's how to cook two very different cousins: live whole lobster from the cold waters around Maine, and rock lobster tail harvested and then frozen from the warm waters of the tropics. The Maine lobsters are sweet and tender in taste and are larger than the rock lobsters, ranging from a pound up to 3, 4, and even 5 pounds. And yes, they are alive. Traditionally, the Maine lobster is boiled, dropped live into a large pot of heavily salted water. When the water comes to a boil, cut the rubber bands off the lobster claws. Boiled rubber bands can alter the flavor. Cook the lobster for about 7 minutes for the first pound and 3 minutes for each pound after. Remove them from the pot and submerge them in an ice bath so that they don't overcook and become tough. After your lobster is cool enough to handle, you can start to take it apart. First, twist the tail apart from the body by holding on the back end with one hand and twisting the tail off with the other. Then twist off the claws. There is tender and flaky meat in the claw. Open with a nutcracker or knife to release the meat. We often reserve the claws and make a lobster salad roll for lunch the next day. To remove the meat from the tail, remove the legs. Then, with a pair of kitchen shears, cut along the underside until the meat is released. The spiny lobster, otherwise known as the rock lobster, is found in warmer water. They have a firmer texture and a mild, sweet flavor. And the outer shell can be dark red and orange above, with yellowish abdomens and a colorful fan tail. Preheat your grill to medium-high heat. Place them on the grill for about 4 minutes. And then turn and cook for about 2 minutes longer. Cooking the tail on all sides will ensure the meat is cooked all the way through. Then stand on its end and cook for 2 additional minutes. To release the meat from its shell, cut the tail end off and then, with a pair of kitchen shears, cut along the underside. For presentation, slice the meat on a bias and fan out on a plate. Serve with melted butter. Nothing screams summer loud.
Right then, I'm going to do this quickly. I've just got my fish stock warming up there. I've got my 3 herbs ready, 30 grams of each: basil, chervil, my chives, 125 grams of butter, There's about 90 millilitres of stock in there. And there's my lemon. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get that boiling. I'm going to add all my herbs. I'm going to get that on now. And then when that's warmed through, I'll get that on. I'll just put my lemon in there as well. The juice of a lemon. Very herby, lovely this. Put that in there. So we just get that warming through. Ready for the main event, which is that lobster. Right, there's no nice way to do this. Basically, if you see on the lobster, it's almost got a cross. So all you do, you just go straight down between the eyes and turn around. And then straight down through the tail. Looks a bit gruesome, I know, but that animal is now dead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just twist its claws off. 1, 2. Don't worry about those few bits of movement there. I'm just going to take out all the rubbish I don't need. So we'll prepare that up and we'll get back. There's my 2 lovely prepared halves of lobster. I'm just going to take these bands off and I'm just going to crack these. And what we're going to do, we're going to get them on the old grill sheet. We're going to brush them with butter and get them grilling. So I'm just going to put my halves of lobster in there, just with the thick part of the knife. Give that a crack. What I'm going to do, my melted butter. I haven't got a pastry brush, so just with a bit of basil. You get that melted butter all over that lobster and put that under the grill. While I'm waiting for that meat to set under the grill, there's just my fish stock and my herbs, and I'm just going to add some bits of butter and I'm just going to whisk that in until it thickens nicely. Little bit at a time. Starting to smell fantastic. Just keep gently adding it, whisking it. Welsh lobster, Welsh butter, Welsh cheese, washed down with a pint of Welsh ale. So we'll get on with that. And I'll check on my lobster. Just want to show you that sauce. Obviously, that's off the heat, melted that butter in, all those herbs. Tastes fantastic. Right. Going to paint some more butter onto my lobster. As you can see, that meat's just starting to set. Get some more of this on. Still a little bit of movement in them claws. I assure you, while you're watching this, it is completely dead. That's just the nervous energy that's left in it. That lobster's just starting to set now, the meat, gently, so I'm just going to gently turn her over. I can get some colour on these shells. One like that, one like that, one like that. Basted a bit more butter on, so I want that to go nice and red. Plenty of butter. Where's my blood pressure tablet, doctor? Give it some of that. And back under the grill. Just want to show you this lovely Typhy farmhouse cheddar, you know, proper old school cheese. There's my knife, take a bit of this. Give the French a run for their money. So I'll just put that gently just to heat. Just going to put my cheese in there, just to let it melt through. Then we'll pour it all over that lobster. So just let me just gently tick over, all meld together. That's on really just ticking over. So there's my lobster. I've just took out the grill and looking fantastic. So what we'll do next is we'll plate that up. It's my lovely lobster. Lovely pint of local Penlon ale there. All we're going to do is just pour a bit of that on. My lovely black scallop dish. Just give it a bit of that. Like I said, I ain't no chef.